What's up, guys? Holding Ass with you here, bringing you episode 2 review of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 2 review. This episode was real good. It starts off with Volcanic, or Val, I believe his name is, the dragon is, Radora, the Dragon of Destruction. Him and the slime just keep talking, and they're trying to figure out to break the spell, and they can't. But the slime did come up with a good idea. He said, "Let me swallow you in my stomach and continue there to preserve your time. So that way, like, the time that he has left won't dissipate too quickly, and he'll hold him in his stomach so they have longer time together to find a way to break the spell." And the dragon laughed. Like, it looked like he was upset, but he was actually just laughing. And he did the idea, and the slime, attempted to eat him. But before all this happened, let me mention, him and the slime gave each other names, clan names. So technically, they just built a clan between these two, which is weird. The dragon had named him Vermoru Tempest, and he named the dragon Radora Tempest. So I can see later on the slime probably gathering more people and naming them Tempest and building up this clan. But it was funny to see that between them and their interactions and stuff. And then after this is when the part came in where he had that idea of devouring him, and he did. So right now he has a dragon in his stomach, and it's holding the spell from devouring the magic of the dragon, because if he eats all his magic, that spell, it'll kill him. But since he's stuck in the stomach of the slime, he should be good for now. And after he did that, we had like this couple of, about a good minute and a half, or 2 minutes and a half, maybe 3, of the slime going around the cave looking for an exit. And he's killing all these creatures and stuff, and he's gaining new abilities. He gained one ability to make a thread, like a spider web, of, it's basically a spider web, but it's made of, like, it's sticky still, but it's, like, still, like, so it's, like, it's super difficult to cut or get off you, because how heavy it is and how durable it is. Kind of like, if anyone watched X Hunter, kind of like Hizuka's bungee gum. It's kind of something like that, but it's sealable, but it's real heavy, because it's still, like, that's one of his abilities. He has another ability where he can become a black mamba, which is like a poisonous snake, a very deadly one, if anybody knows about snakes. And he gained some other skills along the way from monsters that he killed, and he killed a couple of different monsters here and there. And it's funny how he's like looking for an exit. He's not even thinking about gaining power, but while he's looking for this exit, so many powerful monsters are attacking him, and he's defeating them and devouring them. So he's gaining skills off of them, which in turn makes him stronger. And he's analyzing their bodies more, and he's becoming better and better, and getting more powerful stats and aura. And we had this one scene that they was real specific, where he gained all these different water skills, like water blade, water dive, water ski, and some other stuff. And he gained so many water skills that because they're all skills made of the same category, water, they unlocked a new skill for him, and it was water manipulation, which is like one of the highest water skills you can get in mostly any RPG/anime. So it's like, this little slime thing can actually pull like second Hokage level jutsus off. Of course, they're not called jutsus, they'd be called skills or spells, because this is an RPG anime game, but it's just, I'm just using it as a reference. Like, his water skills are up there, like, he can do a lot. Plus, he gained heat resistance, heat sense, and supersonic sense, and he can now manipulate supersonic waves in his voice, so now he can talk. Because remember, before he couldn't talk, he was able to talk to the dragon because there was like a mental link between them through magic, but he didn't have a voice. But now he actually has a voice, so. And he has those fake eyes, which allows him to see. So it's nice that now he can actually interact with people as a slime, or anyone that he bumps into. But while this is all going on, we get to this one point where they skip over to the kingdom of, I'm probably butchering this name, so forgive me, but the kingdom is called Melmud, if I'm pronouncing it right, of Blue Mud. but I think it's Blue Mud. Yeah, Blue Mud. The kingdom of Blue Mud. And basically, this kingdom is worried because the dragon that was sealed, Verdura, is now gone. So they thinking that his time of the barrier finally ate him up and he's dead. So another kingdom is going to try to invade that area to come through. And this kingdom of Blue Mud is kind of worried. So they get in preparation for that. And it's nice to see this so-called guild master and his friend, who's the governor of this town. But I have a feeling they're going to be important characters later on. But let's just see about that later on. But after that, we switch back to the dungeon, and we see 3 human adventurers open up a gate. And at the same time they opening the gate, the slime had just bumped into the gate. So he hides and he sees who pops in. He sees the adventurers, and he sees them or whatever. So he hides, and they talking about how they're gonna find treasure and stuff like that. And one of them uses stealth skill to hide them the way they look. So they're just walking through, and the slime is like, "You can do some mean, perverted things with that. I must learn that later." And I was like, "Wow, really?" It was just funny hearing him say that, but he keeps going, and he finally leaves, and he's so happy that he's finally having some fresh air, and he can finally see the sunlight because he wasn't there for God knows how long. But then a group of goblins come and point his blade at them, and now, when I first saw these goblins, I'm thinking about what happened to me yesterday. When I saw, I'm sorry, not yesterday. It was yesterday when I did my I had to do it late. Sunday. I did my first impression video of Goblin Slayer. I couldn't do it Saturday when it came out because I had to do double shift, so I did it on Sunday. And you know, Goblin Slayers, those goblins were the things that they did, and the poor girl was like, oh my god. But I'm just saying, I saw goblins in here, and I'm like, uh-oh. We're about to have a Goblin Slayer moment. But it didn't turn out that way. It was kind of a cutesy little thing with these goblins. They're not as mean or as brutal or as disgusting as the goblins are supposed to be. These guys are more chill back and calm, supposedly, we see so far. And the reason why they're attempting to come up with weapons and stuff is because they was hoping for him to lead the village and stuff. And we get a backstory when he takes them to the elder that since the dragon has been gone for a month, and that's the god that they worship, since the dragon Valdora is gone, and he was the god of that area giving them protection, now that he's gone, other monsters are coming in to invade their territory. And the monsters they're having a problem with right now that is capitating on them is dire wolves. And anyone who played any heavy RPG, especially role-playing games, not just role-playing games, but any other type of role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder, know that dire wolves are some really big wolves. And durable too, so it makes sense why something as small and weak as goblins will have trouble trying to hurt them. It takes at least 10 goblins to beat one, so. And they have like 100, I think, it was stated on dire wolves on the enemy side, so. But only 60 goblins on the other side, so it's like 60 divided by 10 is 6, so technically they would only take out 6 out of the 100 dire wolves. And they would still have to deal with the other 94, which is still overkill, huh? So that was insane to find that out. But long story short, they asked them and begged them to leave the village and become the new boss. And he started getting a flashback of when the kid that he used to know when he was human asked him something similar. So it's like in his mind he couldn't like say no. And then we heard a dire wolf in the back screaming, and everyone is freaking out and terrified on everybody. And he comes out and he's like, "We're gonna beat them." And he got so happy when they heard him say that as you see in the thumbnail, they all bowed in gracefulness to him. And that's when the episode ended. So, but yeah, episode 2, very good. More explanation on his skills and how he devoured things. And I'm not sure for any of you that read V-Monsters, the main character has an ability that's similar to this guy. The slime has Predator. When he eats something, he gains something off of that. And V-Monster, in that manga, the main character has a similar ability. I don't remember the name of the ability, But whenever he eats something, he gains all the skills off of it. Not one or two, he gains mostly everything. And the more he eats of that material that gave him the skill, the more those skills will increase and level up. A very broken skill. Very OP character. Not to mention these skills allow him to eat anything or anyone. So he's very broken. So this slime kind of reminds me of that character. Now, is it as OP as the main character from Remaster? I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say so, because the guy from Remaster who has his ability started off as a goblin, then he evolved to a hive goblin, then he evolved to like a super high goblin, and now he's like an overlord of the hive goblins, and he's on a way higher level. But that manga's older and he's been out more. This is pretty new, so we're gonna have to give it some time to see what happens. But yeah, this was a very good episode. Enjoyed it very much. Can't wait for next week's episode. See how he's gonna take out these direwolves. See what strategy he has. And I highly doubt he's gonna stay in the village. He's probably gonna help them train and get stronger, or maybe meet a pact with these direwolves instead of killing them off. And that's how this probably will end. And then he leaves. I don't see him staying here, but and staying as the chief or the boss or whatever. So, but this is all I have for this one, guys. Please leave your comments below. Tell me what you thought of this episode. If you haven't seen it, I advise you to go see it. If you already saw it, go see it again. Great episode. And please, for those that read the manga, please no spoilers. But I would like for you to drop some info down below, like hints of like what type of series this is reminding us of, or if you have read Remaster like I do, tell me, is it something similar to him? I've been a big fan of Remaster for like the past year. That's how long I've been reading it. But I'm not sure what came out first, Remaster or this. But this is giving me a lot of vibes of Remaster, but I still like it. I'm not saying that it's a copy or nothing. But then on the other hand, Remaster, the main character does have his own personal harem. And he's like the best harem character, because his harem, he actually does things with them, if you know what I mean. And like 3 of them are actually pregnant with his kids, and 2 out of 3 actually had the kids. So big difference between this guy and the slime. But again, great episode. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.